Yeah, I just want to be the greatest.
This week's video is brought to you by Patreon show sponsor, The Third Era. Not only does he have his own YouTube channel, he's got a brand new website, thethirdera.com, where you can purchase custom t-shirts, custom stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. I will leave links in the description below. Make sure to check out thethirdera.com. It's your boy HifiVega back again, and today I'm here to talk about the top 10 tools you can get from Harbor Freight if you're a car audio person. I do want to mention that Harbor Freight has recently kind of changed up their coupon structure. They're doing instant savings now over coupons. I don't know how long that's going to last or how it's all going to play out, but we're just going to go off the prices that are listed today. And some of the coupons that you will see are for the Inside Track Club, which is a paid membership. So we're just going to go based solely off the price that you can get it for right now. Some of these items you will be able to find cheaper through instant savings or maybe even coupons in the future. So just keep that in mind. But I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into my number 10 pick. Number 10. And my number 10 pick it's simple. It is a pair of flush cutters. This is one of the most used tools in car audio installation, and this tool is $2.99 on Harbor Freight with no coupon whatsoever. I mean, that's a pretty good deal if you ask me. The Klein version of these are around $10. I have a pair of these and they work just as well. The handle is basically the same, and I think, you know, they're pretty similar. For $2.99, I think you'd really be happy with these. And one thing I want to mention is these do have a lifetime warranty. I have not worn mine out. You know that flush cutters are wear items and they do wear out over time. If you've returned these just from pure wear and they've replaced them, let me know. Because if that's the case, this is the deal of the century. And I may try it with mine just so I can let you guys know. Number 9. My number 9 pick is a set of ratcheting crimpers. These things at $14.99, I think it's a very good deal. We often solder, but sometimes you need to use a crimp for whatever reason. If you're going to be doing some crimping with butt connectors or something like that, a pair of these makes a nice secure connection, and I think it's well worth the $15 for the times that you do need to crimp. And these come with a lifetime warranty. The lifetime warranty is great because sometimes stuff like this breaks, and it's nice to know that you can just take them back and get another pair. Number 8. My number 8 pick, I am cheating a little bit here. It is the Ames DM600 multimeter. Now this multimeter has a coupon here for $24.99 from the Inside Track Club. You can often find it cheaper than that on regular coupon or maybe even instant savings coming up. But at full price, $39.99, it's in direct competition with the Klein meter. So you'll kind of have to weigh your options on which one you want to go if you do not find this one on sale. This is a solid meter. I've used this meter before. I think it's a pretty good meter. Now, going along with that, I'm also going to say this CM610A. This is a AC/DC clamp meter. If you're going to be doing any testing at all, this is very, very useful. And this is about the price you're going to pay for them, $89.99. Across the board, you can find some cheaper, but not often and not in store. Number 7. For my number 7 pick, I'm going with consumables, and this may be stuff you just use in installs. Mainly for me, it's zip ties. So zip ties, if I don't order them offline, I just run over to Harbor Freight and pick them up. They seem of the same quality. I've never had an issue with Harbor Freight zip ties, and they're cheaper than any of the box stores local to me. So that's my number 1 spot to go get zip ties. Going with that, on the same pick, now I'm cheating a little bit, but the 10-piece rare earth magnets, if you were to purchase these at Lowe's or Home Depot or even Walmart, they're going to charge you like $3, $4, $5 for just 2 or 3 of them. Right here you get 10 pieces for $2.79 with no coupon. Fantastic deal. You know, you use these a lot if you're wanting to do some kind of magnetic speaker cover or a trim plate or anything like that. It's just good to know that these are here, 10 pieces for $2.79. Number 6. Now for my number 6 pick, I'm going to pick a hydraulic crimper. Now this one is a little expensive. It's $65, but there's not very many places locally that you can go pick up a hydraulic crimper for crimping lugs outside of a welding shop or some kind of specialty shop. Now this tool right here is often on sale, sometimes for $40 to $45. You can find it online for around $35, somewhere in that range. And it's basically the same exact thing. The one part that I do like about this is the fact that the crimps actually have the gauges on it, so it's got 0, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and so on. The one thing to mention, this zero gauge is true American wire gauge zero gauge, so on oversized car audio wire, this is going to give you a little bit of winging on the tips because it is oversized. And if you do not have the right size crimp, what you can do is just kind of turn it sideways, re-crimp, and smash those wings down to make it a better looking crimp. Or you can just order the correct set of dies if you need to. At $65, it's not that great of a deal, but if you need it on a weekend and you can't wait on Amazon, it's there for you at Harbor Freight.
Number 5.
For my number 5 pick, I'm going with the Harbor Freight version of the Craig Pocket Jig. Now, the Craig Jig is around $99. This one is $65 with no coupons. You often see this cheaper, and I expect that you'll see this cheaper, sometimes for as low as like $40 or $45, I believe. These jigs are really good for box building, and they let you get a nice clean look. And this one in particular gives you 2 different angles. You can mount it to your bench, so you can just set the wood up there, zip them in real quick, and not have to fool with the singular Craig jig like I have right now.
Number 4.
Now on to my number 4 pick. This is a 3-in-1 pick. These are 3 items. I think that you need all 3 of them. They're all 3 routers, so you may argue that you can get by with just one, but I'm going to explain my case here and see if you guys agree with me or not. So the number 4 pick is 3 routers. We'll start with the table router at $115. With no coupons found. Often this can be found for $99. It includes the router, it includes the table. And this table is of similar quality as the Ryobi table, which is a router table that I have. And that costs $99 by itself with no router. Actually, I think it may even cost $119. This one with the router included is very good for doing roundovers on loose pieces, doing templates and that sort of thing. It's very good to have a router table, and this will always be set up and you won't have to disassemble it to use this router for something else. Now, the one that goes along with this is the plunge router. I have this plunge router. I've had it for over a year now, and I use it exclusively hooked up to a circle jig to cut all my circles. It never leaves that. The plunge routing lets you do it in 3 or 4 different steps, and you get a nice clean cut, and you're not putting too much pressure on your bit at once. Speaking of router bits, you definitely don't want to use Harbor Freight router bits. I have tried them. They are not good at all. They're really actually hard on your tools. So make sure you get a quality router bit, whether it be a Diablo, a Skill, get a quality router bit. This is the last one that I want to go with the routers. I think you should have all 3. The plunge, the table, and then this one's a trim router. So I use this for anything that I need to do outside of cutting circles or doing simple roundovers on loose pieces. If I already have something completely built and I need to do a roundover, I use this exact trim router. I've been using it for over a year. It is a pretty solid trim router in my opinion. It only has the 90-day warranty, but I have not burned up any brushes yet. It's not brushless, it is brushed. I've been using it for several years with no problem whatsoever. I've cut up to a 1/2-inch roundover with it. It will get bogged down on a 1/2-inch roundover. 3/8 inch, it handles pretty well, and 1/4 inch, of course.
Number 3.
For my number 3 pick, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and we're getting to the ones that I really, really recommend. And this brad nailer is actually an upgraded version of the Central Pneumatic brad nailer that I have personally, that I've used for 5 years or better now. And I've really put this thing through the ringer. I've barely even oiled it. I may have oiled it once or twice. And it's a fantastic brad nailer. This is the upgraded version. It seems to be much more heavy duty, and at $27.99, I think it's a great deal. You're not going to find something of this quality for cheaper, in my opinion. If you guys know of some, let me know in the comments below.
Number 2.
All right, my number 2 pick is the Bauer drill. Even at $65, I think that this is a great value. It comes with the battery, the bag, the drill itself, and then the rapid charger, which is not very rapid, spoiler alert. This drill right here You might be tempted to get the impact driver, but I'll tell you now that the drill is more versatile. You have a lot more use for a drill than you do an impact driver. So if you're only going to get one, definitely pick up the drill. This drill is cheaper than most drills you can find, even at Home Depot, even at Lowe's. You know, you might be able to find something in the Craftsman range or Ryobi range for this price, and I think this one compares well with those two.
Numero uno.
My number one pick, the number one thing that I recommend you get at Harbor Freight is clamps of all types. Now, the best thing about these clamps is all of them that I've used have the lifetime warranty, and I have exchanged many of them. These type right here, the ratcheting kind, if you're clamping very hard, these will break, but they've always taken these back on lifetime warranty. So if you need this type of clamp, or it makes it easier for you, definitely recommend these. They will break if you torque on them too much. Even some of the higher end ratcheting clamps are breakable as well. So, you know, keep that in mind. These have a lifetime warranty. They'll swap them straight out, no problem whatsoever. Now, I've also used these bigger kind of the quick release, same thing. Now, these quick release, the problem you're gonna run into with these is sometimes the screw on the handle will just completely bust off. The bars will bend a little bit if you really torque on them, but again, they all have a lifetime warranty. You can swap them straight out. So I recommend anybody that's buying any clamps whatsoever buys them for Harbor Freight because they all have a lifetime warranty. And not only that, even without a coupon, they are cheaper than anything any other store sells. If you were to buy a 60-inch clamp like this from Lowe's or Home Depot, it's going to cost you upwards of $40 to get one of these, and you can get it right here for $17.99 with a lifetime warranty. And I will say that these aluminum clamps, I've put a lot of pressure on these, and I have yet to break or bend the aluminum clamp. I think these are, you know, the kind of the top end of what Harbor Freight offers. If you want to get all the aluminum clamps, it's going to cost you a little bit more money, but I think it's worth it in the long run if you want something that's more reliable than the cheaper clamps. So that's it. That's my top 10 tools from Harbor Freight. If you guys have tools that I didn't recommend that you love, put them down in the comments below. Let me know your experiences with some of these tools, good, bad, and ugly, all that. Let's keep the conversation going. I hope you guys enjoy videos like this. If you do, click that subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll have more stuff coming your way. This is a little bit different than what I typically do, but you know, you guys know I love tools, so I wanted to keep you in the loop on what I think the best Harbor Freight tools are for car audio people. One more thing to mention, I have set up new goals on Patreon. You guys should definitely check them out if you want some extra content from some of the podcasts I do, or if you want to, you know, get a exclusive Patreon-only podcast once I reach a certain goal. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you on the next video.
I want to give a shout out to all my Patreon supporters, but a special shout out goes to the 6-star or more members: 2001 Monolithic, The Third Era, G Nava, Joaquin Juarez, Byron Chambliss, El Fuego, Travis McClendon, Brandon Hanna, William Berg, Boxboy Audio Sound Solutions, Jesus Tires, Orion the Great, Chris Hanley, and Jason Diet. For as little as $2 a month, you can be on the team, get exclusive content, and if I reach my goal of $300 a month, I will do an exclusive Patreon only podcast. So check me out, patreon.com/HifiVega.